carry 8. Hamlin County Commission meeting is now in session. The Honorable Howard Shipley presiding. Please remove all head covers. Please remain standing. Thank you, Harley. At this time, I'd like to call to order the February 18th, 2021 meeting of the Hamlin County Legislative Body to order. I'm going to ask Commissioner Hahn to lead us in our prayer, please.
Bow our heads, please. Dear Almighty God, sweet Heavenly Father, Lord, we come to you now with your presence felt, with your goodness here with us. We ask, God, that you take our minds, our wills into one direction for the good of the community. We ask, Father, for your presence every day in every way to make us strong, discerning, and able. Thank you, dear Father. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Commissioner Hahn. This time, I'm going to ask Commissioner Goins to lead us in our pledge, please.
Attention, salute, pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, and liberty and justice for all. Thank you. You may be seated. I'd like to remind the commissioners to please turn on your mic, and when you address the commission, please speak through the mic so that our video equipment can pick up your voices. Let's do the roll call at this time, please. Right.
Yes. Coming after you, Eileen.
Taylor's not here. Okay, we do have a quorum present, so we are open for business. We have no recognitions or presentations or proclamations at this time. So Chairman Jim Stepp of the Calendar and Rules Committee, you're recognized.
Thank you, Chairman. Item 2A, approval of the consent calendar items. I put that in form of motion.
We have a motion. Do we have a second? We have a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, let's vote the motion, please.
Item 2A, 12 yeas, 0 nays.
The motion is approved.
Item 2B, approval of regular calendar items with the additions of number 4 nominations appointments being number 4B, appointment to the Civil Service Board, 4C, appointment to the 911 Board. I put that in form of motion.
We have a motion. Do we have a second? We have a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, let's vote the motion, please.
Item 2B, 12 yeas, 0 nays.
The motion is approved.
All I have, Chairman.
Is that, is the 911 supposed to be on
Yes, it's
here?
item
Bigger
C,
calendar?
4C. It just got added to the calendar, 4C.
We've got added, but it's not on our sheet.
4B is Civil Service Board, added to the calendar, and 4C, 911 Board, added to the calendar.
Find it on mine.
It just got added verbally.
It's just been added.
Yes, just been added.
Does that take a 2/3 majority?
It does, and we had 12 votes on it. At this time, we are going to consider filling the uninspired vacancy of the late Tom McKinney as constable in Districts 11 and 12. Let me just briefly explain the procedures that we will follow. First of all, the commissioners will make nominations. After that, anyone from the audience can make recommendations to the commission, but it still takes a commissioner to make that nomination. So we, at this time, need to vote on what? Oh, I'm sorry. We need to, the chair at this time will entertain a motion to approve the consent calendar.
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, we have a motion from Mr. Doty. We have a second from Mr. Hahn. Any discussion? Hearing none, let's vote the motion, please.
Item 3A, 12 yeas, 0 nays.
The motion is approved. At this time, the chair will entertain nominations for the constable vacancy in Districts 11 and 12.
Chairman, I nominate Larry Lindsay.
Okay, Larry Lindsay has been nominated. Are there other nominations? Hearing no other nominations, do we have anyone from the audience who wishes to recommend a nominee? It would have to be from Districts 11 and 12, and also you would have to have prior approval to nominate them. Hearing none then, since we have only the one nominee, Larry Lindsay, the chair would entertain a motion that nominations cease and that Mr. Lindsay be elected by acclamation.
Motion.
Commissioner Hahn makes that motion.
Second.
You second, okay. I think we can vote this all on board. So at this time, if you're in favor of the motion to, okay, yes, I think that Jim's, okay, all right. Let's vote the motion, please. It's on the screen.
Item 4A, 12 yeas, 0 nays.
The motion is approved. Congratulations, Mr. Lindsay. Would you please stand so that everybody can see you? Let's give him a big hand. Thank you. You may be seated. He will be sworn in tomorrow morning in the mayor's office, okay? At this time, the sheriff department has recommended that Lieutenant John Fasler be appointed to a 3-year term position on the Civil Service Board to replace Ron Kramer, who has moved to Middle Tennessee. Mr. Fasler, you're here. Would you please stand so that everybody can recognize you? Thank you very much. You may be seated. At this time, the chair, we will vote this off the board. At this time, the chair would entertain a motion that we approve the Sheriff Department Administrative Staff's recommendation that retired Morristown Police Officer Lieutenant John Fasler be appointed to this position for a 3-year term.
Mr. Chairman, so moved.
Okay, we have a motion. Do we don't need a second on these?
Second.
Okay. All those in favor of the motion, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye. Aye.
Those opposed? Congratulations, Mr. Fasler. You have been appointed to the Civil Service Board. Item 4C, we have a vacancy on the 911 Board due to the resignation of Tommy Pedigo. The Morristown City Council has recommended that Kay Center be appointed to fill his unexpired term, which expires in September of 2024. And the chair at this time would entertain a motion that we confirm that appointment.
So moved.
Bobby Hahn moves that we confirm the appointment. All of those in favor of the confirmation, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, the motion carries. At this time, we would entertain comments from the public on agenda items only. You have 3 minutes. Please come to the podium, state your name, give us your address, and address any items that are on the agenda.
Got it.
Gwen Holden, 8150 West Point Drive. I was coming to the meeting this afternoon, and I had to dodge a bunch of potholes down on the west end of town. We have 2 hot boxes now and 2 crews. And I know this is just a little thing comparing to the jail, but it ticks me off to know that you raise my taxes and I don't get anything for them except more taxes. We need to fix the potholes. He's got 2 hot boxes now and 2 crews. Now get the potholes fixed.
Thank you for your comments. Do we have anyone else who wishes to address the commission on agenda items? All right. At this time, we'll move on to the Finance Committee. Chairman DeBoard of the Finance Committee, you are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. On item 6A, that's the approval of the monthly checks, and I put that in the form of a motion.
We have a motion. And we have a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, let's vote the motion, please.
Item 6A, 12 yeas, 0 nays.
The motion is approved.
Item 6B1, Hamlin County Board of Education, Amendment Number 5, increase of $85,000 to $52.57, and that's with no additional maintenance of effort, and I put that in the form of a motion.
We have a motion, we have a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, let's vote the motion, please. The motion is approved.
Item 6B2, Fund 101 for Sheriff's Department at $2,896.50, and that's repairs for a damaged police vehicle, and I put that in the form of a motion.
We have a motion, we have a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, then let's vote the motion, please. Mr. Hahn.
Item 6B2, 12 yeas, 0 nays.
The motion is approved.
Item 6B3, Fund 116 for Sanitation and Garbage Department, $30,000, and I put that in the form of a motion.
We have a motion, we have a second. Any discussion? Commissioner Neesmith, you're recognized.
Barry, what was that for? Is that for garbage cans?
That's the maintenance and
really.
repair of all the garbage trucks and the brush and junk trucks.
Repair.
Maintenance and repair, yes.
Thank you.
Okay.
Any more discussion? Seeing none, let's vote the motion, please.
Item 6B3, 12 yeas, 0 nays.
The motion is approved.
Item 6B4, Fund 131 for Highway Department, $90,000. That's for salt, overtime, and heavy equipment. And I put that in the form of a motion.
We have a motion, we have a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, let's vote the motion, please.
Item six B four, 12 yeas, 0 nays.
The motion is approved.
Item 6B5, Fund 131, Highway Department, $6,000. That's for concrete and pipe, and I put that in the form of a motion.
We have a motion, we have a second. Any discussion? Let's vote the motion, please.
Item six B five, 12 yeas, 0 nays.
The motion is approved.
Item 6C, Budget Amendment Fund 101 to add 2% COLA raise for a total of $168,876, and I put that in the form of a motion.
We have a motion, we have a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, let's vote the motion, please. Ms. R, oh,
Item six C, 12 yeas, 0 nays.
the motion is approved.
Item 6D, Budget Amendment Fund 116 to add 2% COLA raise for $49,657. I put that in the form of a motion.
We have a motion, we have a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, let's vote the motion, please.
Item six B, 12 yeas, 0 nays.
The motion is approved.
Item 6E, Budget Amendment Fund 131 to add 2% COLA raise for $32,371, and I put that in the form of a motion.
We have a motion. Do we have a second? We have a second. Commissioner Neesmith, you're recognized.
Randy, when, our COVID gets over with, what happens on this 2% raise? Does it stay in, is it a maintenance effort, stays there forever, or do
The-
they go back?
The 2% COLA raise, as I understand it, and anyone's welcome to correct me if I'm wrong on this, is there to stay and will carry on. It's the additional funds that are going to, we had the COVID funding, extra funding will stop after June, I believe it is.
That was for like, plexiglass around your windows in office buildings, or masks.
I thought that was
or little
effort.
girl that checks your temperature.
That is not what I recall. What I recall is that it was for the, for COVID if someone was out during that period of time.
Okay, reason I asked that question, I was curious, if COVID, when the COVID gets better, what happens to that 2%? That actually 2% is a county increase in wages.
Cost of living.
It's the cost of living.
Correct.
So cost of living and COVID.
COLA, cost of living, COLA, not COVID. COVID is a different section altogether.
Okay.
And the COVID was to give those people who needed to miss time right now that's different than our normal standard protocol, then that changes. And then at that point, that stops in June, I believe.
That's like the jail. The people that work for jail,
I think it's everyone.
give them more money because of COVID.
It has to do with time off, I think. If they have to miss for COVID.
Any more discussion? Seeing none, let's vote the motion, please.
Item six E, 12 yeas, 0 nays.
The motion is approved.
Item 6F, bid tabulation on the bathroom upgrades to Cherokee Park, and I put that in the form of a motion.
We have a motion, we have a second. Any discussion? Seeing none, let's vote the motion, please. Oh, sorry. Commissioner Neesmith, you're recognized.
How much money is that, Randy? What do we end up with?
The funding was all covered in addition through grant. Now, it was the lowest bid, and it was substantially less than everyone else. And it was all covered, I believe, Mayor Britton, with a grant. Is that correct?
The low bid is $9,930 from John's Heck Plumbing, and 90% of it is paid to tourism enhancement grant.
Any more discussion? Let's vote the motion, please.
Item six F, 12 yea, 0 nay.
The motion is approved.
Item 6G, bid tabulation on the asphalt hotbox trailer, and I put that in the form of a motion. I believe we received one bid on that.
We have a motion, we have a second. Any discussion? Seeing none, let's vote the motion, please.
Item six G, 12 yea, 0 nay.
The motion is approved.
Item 6H, bid tabulation on garbage carts, and I put that in the form of a motion.
We have a motion. We have a second. Any discussion? Seeing none, let's vote the motion, please.
Item six H, 12 yea, 0 nay.
The motion is approved.
That's all I have, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Chairman DeBoard. Chairman DeBoard of the Budget Committee, you are recognized.
Item 7A for the fiscal year 2021-2022 preliminary budget plan of action, and I put that in the form of a motion.
We have a motion, we have a second. Any discussion? Seeing none, let's vote the motion, please.
You miss it.
Item seven A, 12 yea, 0 nay.
The motion is approved.
That's all I have, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Chairman DeBoard. Chairman Cutshaw of the Real Estate Committee, you're recognized.
Item 8A, request to purchase no bid property. I'll make that in the form of a motion.
We have a motion, we have a second. Any discussion? Seeing none, let's vote the motion, please. Commissioner Neesmith.
I hit the voice to speak, but I'll go ahead and vote for it. I need to ask a question, though.
Well,
Cutshaw, is these, gonna buy the property?
Yes, sir, the county's,
Already been advertised for sale.
yes, there was 75 parcels that went up for sale. 74 of those parcels sold. There was one left, so the county's buying that property to take it off the books, and yet, now we will present that for sale. And if anybody has a bid, we'll make certain it's open to anybody and everybody for purchase. Not one person.
No, well, I knew about the 75, that was more or less all city, but just one piece of property didn't sell. But has it been put on the market to sell, or will it?
Yes, sir, it was,
After we vote on it, it will then, can't put it on, we vote.
it was on for sale with the rest of the 75, yes, sir.
I know that. It didn't sell, that's why we're voting
Correct.
to do it. So it can go, the county can put it up for sale.
It will, yes, sir, yes, sir.
yes.
Thank
All right.
Item eight A, 12 yea, 0 nay.
The motion is approved. Thank you, Chairman Cutshaw. At this time, the chair will recognize Chairman Tim Goins of the Public Service Committee.
Thank you, Chairman. Item 9A, surplus items from the Hamilton County Clerk, and I put that in the form of a motion.
We have a motion. We have a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, let's vote the motion, please.
Item nine A, 12 yea, 0 nay.
The motion is approved.
Item 9B, surplus items from the Property Assessor's Office, and I put that in the form of a motion.
We have a motion. We have a second. Any discussion? Seeing none, let's vote the motion, please.
Item nine B, 12 yea, 0 nay.
The motion is approved.
Chairman, that's all I have.
Thank you very much, Chairman Goins. At this time, we will receive comments from the public. If anyone has any comments they want to make at this time, if you please come to the podium, state your name and your address, and you'll have 3 minutes
When will I do mine, Howard?
after we give them that opportunity. Huh? This is general comments, yes.
Before I have my say on this, I'm sorry.
Please give us your
I'm
name and
sorry.
address.
I'm Ann Horner. My address is 1535 Panther Creek Road.
Thank you.
Before I have my say on this ludicrous jail you are pushing forward with, I would like to bring up your pre-bid meeting that was packed full of people. Personally, I think COVID rules are unnecessary and oppressive. They're unconstitutional. But they seem to be tossed out the window for your super important pre-bid meeting. But for commission meetings, you must control the number of tax-paying subjects attending because they might have something to say opposing your almighty rulings. So there's that. And yes, I noticed how much more important it was to allow all those contractors in than to just let all of us who attend county commission meetings in the same room. It really lets me know where I stand in the scheme of things, and some of you can't understand why some of us feel the way we do. I've been told by commissioners that I'm misinformed, that this jail thing is just a simple matter of us disagreeing on things, and that you all have to undergo a lot of public scrutiny. Well, boo-hoo. I'm here to inform you that this is a great deal more. Hamlin County is not a kingdom, and you are not our lords. Mayor Britton is not a king. We are all citizens, and we elected you people to represent our voices. We have 3 or 4 commissioners that try to be our voices. The rest of you just keep to yourselves, act like we are stupid or a thorn in your side, and make executive decisions based on the research and lobbying by the mayor and 2 or 3 commissioners who seem to have some sort of power over you. I've read Mr. Shipley's condescending letter to us, and I've heard Mayor Britton on video speak of the jail research project that we paid a pretty penny for, but I haven't heard of the Britton 10 being the voices of the people of their districts. You give us excuses of reasons for the decisions you make, but none of them fit the definition of your positions. You aren't even willing to try and compromise. It's going to backfire on you. Some of you may not be running again, but for those of you that are, be ready. People may just be tired of you not being their voice. My words are not a personal attack. They are political criticism of how you've handled an issue that should have been put up for a vote by citizens. I did not vote for my commissioner to make the decision he thought was best for me. I voted for him to represent the desires of his district. My commissioner is a nice person, and I like him, but he has failed me on this issue. As a Christian, I'm forgiving, but also as a Christian, I must stand for what is right. You're voting for a jail justice center that is considered unsafe by many and way too costly for this county, and that will burden the people with higher taxes than you would have to raise them for a more sensible jail. You should be ashamed. I hope you have to face the people who can't afford your tax increases. You probably don't even know people who have to live like they do. I couldn't care less.
Thank you for your comments. We appreciate them very much. Thank you. Anyone else who wishes to address the commission?
Kim Coffey, 8220 East AJ Highway, Whitesburg. Well, I'm back again. I haven't seen any of y'all come and work a shift with me yet. I've offered. I mean, if you all think this jail is such a good idea, I mean, come and work with us. That's all I'm asking. Come see what we do, and then maybe you'll change your mind. Maybe. Our job's not easy. It's physical, it's mental, it's emotional. And I mean, we want you all to have our back, but we really aren't feeling that you all even are listening to us that work in it every day. Every day. And not only that, I mean, this week I've worked warrants. I'm sorry, but our guys who are and girls who are on the county and who have to be way out in the county, they need a better radio. I couldn't hardly understand what any of them said. They had to call me on the phone. But it's like, we're just out here floating, and, I mean, maybe we're indispensable or dispensable to you all. I don't know. But I mean, we're the ones that keeps your nightmares locked up. How about giving us some safety? How about giving our guys and girls on the road some safety? I mean, their radio's their lifeline, and that's what worries me. But you all are our lifeline to look out for our safety so we can go home at night. And so you all can sleep better at night. Thank you.
Thank you for your comments. Do we have anyone else who wishes to address the commission?
My name is Tony Strazullo, live at 609 East Louise Avenue. Here to talk about this jail. I know some of you have watched my videos on YouTube. Some of you may not have, but y'all should be. The other day I met up with Sheriff Jeff Coffey from Jefferson County. We had an hour-and-a-half interview, pretty much all regarding exactly his facility, his deputies, and his recommendations, things that he would like to change about his facility, and things that he likes about his facility. They have a wagon wheel style facility, and he likes it. He says it works for them. They have just about as many inmates over there that we, on an average, have. But they don't have 600 plus beds. That's maintained. They get people in and out of there. Not that they don't arrest as many people, but they go, they get bonded out, and they're on their way. They have a process. They don't just lock people up. They have other things for them, other opportunities, other programs, work releases. These people get paid to go out and work. Some of them send money home for the holidays so that their kids can have something. We don't offer none of that. Y'all just want to lock people up. That's why you're looking at the number of cells you could have, not what you could do for these people. He talked about raising up the central control room so that he can view inside of there better. He wasn't there when that facility was made, but have any of you visited any of the local facilities and talked to anybody, asked them the changes they would like to be made? No, you guys would just want to hear, oh yeah, do this, do that, this is great. Nobody really tells somebody how their facility is or isn't. Nobody wants to talk about the bad of the place that they work. That's not what people do. They all want to blow their things up. They have the greatest, right? You guys should talk to these other people, not just go and look at the facility for yourself and make your own judgment. Look at facts. Look at what we need. He agreed we needed a new facility. And he actually said we needed a bigger facility for the future. But they run programs. We don't run none of those programs. You all just want to lock people up and let them in and out the door. You all want to collect money. The city of Morristown, every time they get an arrest for drugs, they get the money from this. That's why they do this, in and out, innocent people, and people that do need to be locked up and in jail. But you guys don't care about that. You all want to push something because the mayor or somebody else told you this is what needs to be done. You guys spend too much money as it is. And you, sir, did you get that Burwell thing as a gift? Huh. You're not allowed to accept gifts. I hope you understand that.
Question and answer
Thank
session,
you.
sir. You need to remember that.
Thank you for your comments. Anyone else who wishes to address the commission?
My name is Linda Noe, 2343 Joe Stevens Road. I too want to talk about the jail. And I want to encourage you to consider pausing right now before you go any further. It's not too late to stop, look, and listen. That's been our whole problem all along. No one would stop. No one would give 15 minutes to consider a one-level jail. No one would put it on a referendum for the people. Why is it all about certain people directing others? And I'll make my point by quoting from an article by Mr. Hightower back in August of 2019. Britton, who has been handling the jail designs, along with Commissioner Scotty Long, said he knew what the commission wanted after hearing the feedback for the last 2 years. I ask that you have confidence in me and Mr. Long, he said. Having confidence is one thing. Checking things out and working for the people as opposed to Mayor Britton and or Mr. Long or anyone else is what we need. And that's why I'm saying it is not too late right now. In fact, this is still the time and that you should stop. 30 days. 30 days and get the information about a one-level jail. Get information about the comparative costs to do 600 inmates in a one-level jail versus 600 inmates in the Taj Mahal. Get information about the relative safety of the two types of structures. Get information on the staffing. That still has not been discussed. It's kind of like, yeah, it's going to take more, but we don't want to discuss exactly how many and what the cost will be. How can you serve the people if you don't know the facts? You can't, and yet you barrel down this road and you're running over the people. And I ask that you take 30 days. This was supposed to be bid back in October. It's not going to, it may go out in March and it may start in April. It could stop now. Thank you.
Thank you for your comments. Do we have anyone else who wishes to address the commission?
Melissa Ballou, 3728 Halifax Circle. I agree with Linda. I think you guys should put up a referendum for the 30 days because everything that you stated does not include the insurance cost, the staffing cost, the 401k costs. You know, none of that's been thrown up there. So that's going to be a whole nother tax. How high is that tax going to be? You know, all these taxes keep going in and going in. There's been several taxes since Mayor Britton has been put in. Second thing I'd like to address, to the ones that aren't aware, I was sent a cease and desist letter by Terry on Dr. Park's behalf. Well, his friends, Tim Goins and Mayor Bill Britton, can very well go on my Facebook page and see proof that I will not be silenced. You guys took down the Lakeway Audit page off Facebook because people have high connections. Other people have some pretty high connections too. Y'all might make national news, never know. Never know. I don't think it's going to be national news that you guys want to see brought into Morristown, Hamlin County, but it just might happen. You're warned.
Thank you for your comments. Do we have anyone else who wishes to address the commission? If not, Commissioner Commissioner Neesmith has asked for some time. You're recognized, Commissioner Neesmith.
I had a pre-typed out request I was gonna make on the jail, but there's just some things I wanna say before I get to it. When I die, I'm going to heaven if I don't mess up between now and the time I die. Because I've asked for forgiveness, and I've received forgiveness. But on this jail, I've been against this Taj Mahal, as they call it, the whole time. I've been for the Coffee County pods, the way they use theirs, where they've got 425 inmates, in 2 pods. They have 3 people on each pod each day. That's 6 people watching 425 people. With our jail, which it started out to be 600 people, now I think we're looking at maybe not finishing the top floor, which was all dormitories. And a thing I got from Mosley, it's going to drop it from 600 down to 425. That seems odd. That's the same thing that Coffee County's got. And if we get money, we can go back in there and finish those cells out. The way it's going to be now, it's just going to be a shell. It's not going to have bunks or nothing like that in it. Although those are dormitories, they still have bars on the fronts of dormitories. I mean, they're going to lock them up at night. But if I didn't speak out for this, I don't think that I'm not doing what's in my heart that I should be looking at. And when I get to heaven, God's going to ask me, Neesmith, you're here on your own. Just because somebody has helped you sin, don't mean that's going to help you here. Whatever your sin is, that's what you're going to take to heaven with you. And that's how you've got to address it. And everything will be addressed, although we've got forgiveness for our sins. But I saw it. I've seen a lot of commissioners here have never seen that Coffee County Jail. I've asked some commissioners if they'd like to see the plans on it, because I bought and paid for the plans. They don't want to look at it. Coffee County moved into that 425 facility. There's 2 pods and a sheriff's department on 76,000 square feet. Everybody said that's not enough room. Well, I did this research 5 or 6 years ago. Over on Allison Street and 3rd North, those houses we tore down are on a 328 by 329 square feet. That's 107,000 square feet. That's 25,000 more feet than all of Coffee County takes. And it's when I went to Coffee County, I asked the sheriff and Bubba's the big chief deputy, I said, how much of this facility down here is, how many square feet you got? He said 76,000. I said, how much of that is jail? He said, way over a third of it. Way over a third of it. I said, Bubba, how much you got in this jail? He said, 18 million. And the executor was down, I forgot his name. He said, no, you remember we did something down in the kitchen? It was a $19 million facility. Well, I got a newspaper from Manchester, newspaper down there, and it's a picture of their grand opening. They moved in that jail for $20 million. Okay, here's the drawbacks on Coffee County, and I've heard Howard and several talk about it. Well, they have to bus their people to court every day. Yes, they do. But with this same facility over here, on this 76,000 square feet, and don't build the new courtrooms, renovate the courtrooms we've got that have worked for years, renovate them, for, I don't know what it costs, in today's market, might say 10 million. So if it takes to renovate them, that's better than, my opinion, it's better to spend 10 million renovating than it is going down and spend 18 or 19 million building new courtrooms. And if you had the pods, you don't have to put them on a school bus and take them to the court. You just march them right down to the Justice Center. So I look at the economics of it, and I see where that's coming from. I get calls about every day, because I've been against this jail the whole time. Every day I get called, but what's going on with the jail? Why don't they do this? Why don't you do that? Why don't you do this? Why don't you do that? And people are asking me questions. Where do they think we're going to get the taxes on? My husband's laid off. What do you say? I'm sorry, we're gonna build $75 million jail, but that's what it is. I think we need to take a look at it. How can you compare something when you don't know what Coffee counties would cost you today? And without that third story over there, you're not sitting there with 600 beds, you're sitting there with 425 beds. So you ain't no better off without the third floor than you are, you're better than Coffee County is. Coffee County Sheriff told me, and I think Esco said he told him too, that he'd come up here and talk to us about this thing. I've got plans that I bought that shows everything. It shows the kitchen, it shows everything. I didn't pay to get the ones on all the electrical and all the security. I didn't pay to get those. I just got one of the basic sales. And the way those pods are made out, the pod is the building. And the jail cells in each upstairs or in that first level and then on that little raised up level, they're part of the structure of the building.
What's the raised up level?
It's got, it's not single level. You got one level, and then you got your observation tower, and then right above it, you've been in the city hall, of course.
Yeah.
Been in City Hall, you go in City Hall and you got offices all the way around the bottom. That's where the pod is. And you go up those little steps. These steps down there aren't like that high. Then you got cells all the way around them. You got 100 on top, 100 on the bottom. And with that observation deck, it's like a plus sign. You got 25 right here, and you got 25 right here, and 25 here, and 25 here. You can let 100 people out at one time. When they get out, take their showers or play their games, they go lock back up, and you let the other 100 people out.
So you're saying it's a two-story jail?
Well, it's actually a two-story.
Well, I mean, let's call it what it is.
Yeah.
Because I've heard it's a one-story wagon wheel jail. I'm a little frustrated because there's been a lot of things coming up that now we're hearing this is a two-story wagon wheel jail.
Mm-hmm.
And if we have to add another pod, where are we gonna put it at? We're gonna tear down the Justice Center?
No, if you go with two pods, you've got 425.
I understand.
Over there
We need
where-
everybody says, well, we can add another pod. We add another pod, where we gonna put it at?
Right across over where you tore down the paint store. I've got the dimensions on these things. These things are not 400 foot long by 200 foot long.
Yeah, well, do we want to
I
get
give
close
them
to
Joe
the street?
Huntsman. Joe took the plans and looked at them. He worked on the footage on it.
But do we want anything that close to the street?
You can
A jail that close.
You can go on down with it, Bobby.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying, I don't know. I
Okay.
haven't measured. Is there enough room between there and?
But I'd like the ones that hadn't seen the plans, I'd like to bring them to you and let you look at them. And then you'd know exactly what I know. Mr. Reed, I've never asked you, but you're welcome to look at them and then just see what we've got. But, I know Taylor Ward didn't go down there that day. And he's seen them since then. I've showed them to him. I explained it how it was. You got your pod, and they're set up like building blocks. You got a set of building blocks here, and the other set up on top of it. All your electrical from the first comes down through pipes in the floor, goes to the second one. All your water and everything comes that way.
We're talking about 2 levels down there, or 2 levels over here, correct?
You're talking 4 levels over
Well, I
here.
know, we're talking about the intake, the kitchen, and the medical, but cell blocks, we got 2 levels, right? Because we're not gonna finish the third one.
Yeah, you'll have 2 levels.
Okay, and we got a central control room. So I'm just asking, I haven't saw Coffee County, I was in the hospital when y'all were
I know
down there.
you were.
What's the difference? I mean, on our design, level 1, you go like this, you go like this, you got a central control right here. Then another level just like that above it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm asking, what's
Okay.
the difference?
What it is Coffee County moved into theirs for $20 million. way ours is lined up, we're gonna move in for 75 million, but now we've had this thing about the third story that's gonna have 200 beds in
Has
it.
that been bid at 75 million? Do you know that?
Do what?
Has that been bid out to 75 million?
I
Do you
can't
know that?
understand him, what's he saying?
Has it been bid out for 75 million, which it's not been bid yet, so we don't know exactly what.
No, it's not, if I say, they came in and, some other things has come up. I wasn't told about the meeting. You know, I guess the only people that was told in our last meeting by Howard was, Mr. Horner was there and Howard was at the meeting, but I wasn't at the meeting. I didn't know about it.
Well, I was told if Coffee County rebuilt right now, it would be somewhere in the neighborhood of 32 to 34 million. Maybe a little more, but let's say 35 million to cover all the bases. And that and we looked it up, it was 205, am I not right, Mr. Horner?
According to what they've got on their
On their
webpage.
website's 205 beds,
Where?
Coffee County. You pull their website up, on their new jail, it says beds, 205.
That's for each pod.
It doesn't say
You gotta
that.
double it.
It doesn't say that.
Okay, well, I've got the plans, you can see them.
I'm just saying, it
And-
doesn't say that.
And if people wanna do the research, I'll get the sheriff's and Bubba's name and just call down there and ask him. The architect for that was based out of Nashville. The architect is down there at Nashville. And I've got the architectural drawings.
What was the capacity on that jail?
What?
What was the capacity on that jail? What was it?
425.
What's the reason to building something like that when you've done blow that out of the water over here now? You're gonna have that in no time over here, another year or two.
Where are you gonna put them at then? If you don't use that top deck? If you don't use that third floor, where are you gonna put them? If you don't do it, you're still sitting there with 425. You ain't
So
gaining
you're
nothing.
wanting us just to replace a jail with 420-something and still be capacity down, and we're doing it in trouble
Well,
already and having problems now with overcrowding.
Doing courtrooms, and I know judges like new courtrooms, but
Did we not have a average daily population high of 475
I
before?
can't hear you.
I don't know. Can anybody hear me?
Daily population of 475.
I'm just wondering if we had a daily population of 475, that was our highest point before the pre-pandemic, why would we build something less than the high that we've already hit?
Now you're down below the 250s, aren't you?
That's only because of COVID, Mr. Neesmith. The judges let
That's
them
because,
out.
that's right, because the judges have told, the
To
big
let
judges
them
in
out.
Nashville told the little judges to let them out.
You think that's gonna stay in effect?
Probably not.
Thank you.
But if it's 475 and you don't build your upper level, you still just gonna have 425 beds. This is not my figures I'm giving you. I'm telling you what Mosley,
Mr. Neesmith, is it not looking down the road, though, to the cost right now? We're planning for an investment for down the road. We can't plan on 475 today. The studies show that we would be in 600 level.
I can't understand the words.
I'm sorry. Can anybody?
Yeah, we got you.
What did he say?
Selective
The
hearing.
studies show we'll be in the 600 level, and that if you build 425 today, then tomorrow you're behind, is basically a breakdown of what he
Time we
said.
open up.
By the time we open
Well,
up.
if you build the big jail over here we got now, without the third floor, you're still gonna have 425 beds.
That's just an option we're looking at.
That's
we
right.
can come back to if we
That
need
is.
to.
There's several things that I think you're gonna consider that. I know when a county builds something, they don't have to pay taxes on it. And I think those sales, if we have to go out and buy the sales, we're gonna end up paying the taxes either if a contractor buys them or if we go out and buy them. But I think that's what contractors.
You're
are looking
wrong
at,
on that.
maybe
You're
not
wrong
done.
on that.
You're wrong. If we buy them, we save the tax money.
Yes.
You better check it.
He has.
I have checked.
I don't think so.
Any other
Well, I can't
comments?
hear, I can't hear well, and that mask, I just
Any
can't.
other comments?
I wasn't trying to holler at you. I got father-in-law in here.
Mr. Neesmith?
Just like I said before, when I get to heaven, I've got to have it all on me. It ain't what somebody else told me I needed to do. I've got to satisfy my own mind, my own heart, and that's what I'm doing.
We appreciate that, sir.
Any other comments? I want to, before we adjourn,
Comment?
there's, the public comment has ended.
He was trying to, when he cut loose, when Mr. Neesmith started speaking.
Oh,
He was trying to get up to the podium when Mr. Neesmith started speaking.
okay. You can come to the podium, sir. Next time, be a little bit quicker.
First of all, sitting there with Mr. Neesmith, seems to be some confusion on the design down Coffee County. I was in the group that actually went in there. It is one level. It's about 18 to 20 feet tall. Inside of that, they have two cells stacked on top of each other, and you have a control tower in that one level, so if you look out. It's a circular design. They can watch it all.
That's what we're doing. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's not a floor in between them that divides where you have to have two sets of guards on each cell. You have one set of guards who watches all of it. So if you go down there and you actually see it, which we did, it does make sense, and it does seem to be very efficient as far as manpower and stretching it out where you have a minimum amount of manpower that can watch the most people. And anybody that owns a business tell you manpower is always what eats you up. Second thing I wanted to talk about, I listened to y'all up here and the mayor talking about, well, you know, what we expect with our tax base, and we can afford this, we can afford that. In October of 2019, who's seen what was going to happen come in 2020 with the COVID and everything kicking off? What happened to all the businesses? How many people out of work? In October, when y'all was discussing it, gas was running, what, about $1.58 a gallon? What is it today, $2.45? And all the experts are expecting it to go over $3.50 within a year. These taxes y'all are putting on these people to support this, if they're getting eat up, I heard this whole stuff taking money out of their pocket. They can't afford what y'all are charging in taxes to support this structure over here. And it don't have to be, oh, it's your way or it's their way. Why can't everybody step back and say, is there room here we can all compromise and do what's right for this county for once, instead of being locked into a position and no, it's got to be this way. Everybody can step back. I mean, I was saying, what's it going to hurt to take 30 days and just step back and go, is there possibly some way that we can come to some middle ground here and do what's best for the county instead of being locked into your own positions? Thank you.
Thank you for your comments. Want to remind the commissioners of our meeting on February the 25th. The Rules Committee will meet at 6 p.m. here in this courtroom. And then our committee meetings will be Monday, March the 8th at 5:30 here in this courtroom. And then our commission meeting in March will be March the 18th at 5 p.m. here in this courtroom. I ask that you please leave your notebooks so that they can prepare them for our committee meetings. If you have not turned in your 1920 budget notebook, please do so. I cannot emphasize how important that is because it can save us a lot of money in not having to buy new tabs for those notebooks. We would entertain a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
We stand adjourned.